What is the highest form of wealth? If you ask most people, they'll describe a number in a bank account, a specific car, or a prestigious zip code. But they're looking at the wrong map. The highest form of wealth is actually much simpler. It's the ability to wake up every morning and say, I can do whatever I want today. Most of us chase money because we think it's the fuel for happiness. But happiness is a moving target. If there is a universal fuel for joy, a common denominator that connects us all, it isn't luxury goods. It's control. The ability to do what you want, when you want, with who you want, for as long as you want, that is the highest dividend money pays. In the mid-20th century, psychology was obsessed with what was wrong with people. Researchers spent all their time studying depression, anxiety, and schizophrenia. But a psychologist named Angus Campbell wanted to flip the script. He wanted to know what went right. In 1981, he published The Sense of Well-Being in America. He found that you couldn't group happy people by income, geography, or even education. There were miserable millionaires and joyful laborers. Campbell discovered that having a strong sense of controlling one's life is a more dependable predictor of positive feelings than any other objective condition. More than your salary, more than the size of your house. Money's greatest intrinsic value is its ability to give you control over your time. It's about buying independence bit by bit. A small amount of wealth means you could take 3 days off when you're sick without worrying about rent. A bit more means waiting for a good job after a layoff, rather than jumping at the first one out of desperation. 6 months of expenses means you aren't terrified of your boss. You have the exit fee required to find a better life. Using money to buy options has a lifestyle benefit that no Ferrari can compete with. If you want to grow your wealth and be financially smart, join our Rich Mindset Club by hitting the subscribe button. Many of us learn this the hard way. Take the story of a college student who thought he won the career lottery, a summer internship at a top-tier investment bank in Los Angeles. He wanted it for one reason: the money. He was 100% sure that high pay equaled high happiness. But on day one, he hit a wall. In that world, going home before midnight was a luxury. The office motto was, if you don't come to work on Saturday, don't bother coming back on Sunday. The work was brilliant. The pay was incredible. But the student lasted only 1 month. He realized that doing something you love, on a schedule you can't control, feels exactly the same as doing something you hate. Psychologists call this reactance. We are hardwired to want to be in the driver's seat. When we feel forced to do something, even something we like, we feel disempowered. We rebel. We get miserable. Aligning your money to buy back your schedule is the only way to beat the reactance trap. Here is the great irony of the modern world. The United States is the richest nation in history, yet we aren't happier than we were in the 1950s. In 1955, the median family income was $29,000. Today, it's over $62,000, adjusted for inflation. We use that money to buy more. The average home size has nearly tripled. Our TVs are sharper. Our cars are faster. But while we bought bigger stuff, we gave up our time. In the 1950s, if you worked on an assembly line, your job ended when you clocked out. You left your tools at the factory. But today, more of us are knowledge workers. The problem? Your head never leaves you. The modern factory isn't a building, it is the day itself. Because we carry our tools in our pockets, our phones and laptops, we are on the clock while making dinner, putting kids to sleep, or waking up at 3 a.m. in a cold sweat over a marketing campaign. We are richer, but we have never felt more like slaves to the clock. Entrepreneur Derek Sivers tells a story about the moment he actually got rich. It wasn't when he sold his company for millions. It was when he was 22 years old. He had a job paying $1,800 a month. He lived on $1,000. He did this for 2 years until he had $12,000 in the bank. That $12,000 allowed him to quit his job and become a full-time musician. It bought him the freedom to never have a boss again. To him, the millions he made later were just numbers in a bank. The real wealth, the life-changing shift, happened at 22 when he bought his time back. If you don't believe the psychologists or the entrepreneurs, listen to those who have finished the race. Gerontologist Carl Pillemer interviewed over 1,000 elderly Americans to find the ultimate lessons for living. He asked them what made a successful life. No one said you should work as hard as you can to buy things. No one said it's important to be wealthier than your neighbors. No one said to choose a job based on earning power. What they valued was unstructured time with their children and quality friendships. They realized at the end of their lives that your kids don't want your money. They want you. So, the next time you think about growing your wealth, ask yourself, are you working to buy a bigger house you'll be too stressed to enjoy? Or are you working to buy the right to say, I can do whatever I want today? Controlling your time is the highest dividend money pays. Everything else is just stuff.